everyone, thanks for clicking on today's video. My name is Sissy, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. It is still a video of cooking recipes I make, but my husband and I just came back from a wonderful vacation, a cruise. And when we came back from a vacation where we were able to stuff our faces completely, we need a bit of a reset from all of the incredible meals. So, we are doing this 3-day reset meal plan based off the Plant Paradox book by Dr. Gundry. I'll put a link down below for the book. And I call them green meals because you may notice a slight trend among every meal. Each one is pretty green, and I'm pretty sure every single recipe has things like lemon juice, avocado oil, and avocados in the mix. You'll also notice they are kind of bland when it comes to seasoning, but we are resetting, so it is what it is. Today, I'll be going over all the recipes we used, and I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. First up, we have the green smoothie, aptly named due to its bright asparagus green color. The ingredients for two smoothies are 2 cups of chopped romaine lettuce, 1 cup of baby spinach, 2 mint sprigs, and or 2 sprigs of parsley, and I'll tell you about that in a moment, 1 avocado, 8 tablespoons of lemon juice, half a cup ice cubes, although I ended up adding a bit more than that, and 2 cups of water. I simply blended them together and made 2 grassy smoothies. Now, the first 2 days I made these, I made the mistake of adding parsley because I thought they were needed for some reason. Turns out, if you read the recipe better than I did, it doesn't call for parsley, and on the third day when I drank it, it was finally somewhat palatable. I guess I'm not a massive fan of parsley because those first 2 days, man, oh man, they tasted like what I imagine the water of a manatee pond tasting like. Salty as heck and super green, if you know what I mean. Like lettuce meets a freshly mowed lawn. By day 3, either I was getting used to it or it tasted better without the parsley, but it did taste slightly less like manatee water and just cut grass. For snacks that we consumed twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening, we had romaine lettuce boats with guacamole. Now, this I liked, and it was pretty simple. The ingredients for two include 1 avocado, 2 tablespoons of red onion, 2 teaspoons ish of cilantro, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 8 romaine leaves. This list is per snack, so this was doubled each day. I basically combined everything but the romaine into a bowl and mashed it up to our liking. We like our guac chunky. And then scooped them into the lettuce leaves like you're putting peanut butter on a celery stick, and that's it. I could easily eat this dish anytime and really enjoyed it. For lunch on day 1, we had an arugula salad with chicken and lemon vinaigrette. Now, I have a confession to make. I don't really like cooking meat, especially chicken. Something about it just I don't know. I think maybe it's the way it feels before cooking it. I'm just so turned off if I ever come across a bit of chicken that's chewy or inedible, and I just don't want it. So, this was a bit of an obstacle for me in cooking chicken, but I think I did okay. I cooked a bunch of chicken tenderloins in 2 tablespoons of avocado oil, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and a bit of iodized sea salt for about 2 to 3 minutes each side, and then saved the portions for today's lunch, which were about 4 ounces each of chicken. Maybe. I guessed and then really had no idea. Promise I ordered a kitchen scale, but it didn't come in time for this recipe, so I don't know. For the dressing, I put together 4 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and a bit of salt into a container and shook it together. To plate, a total of 3 cups of arugula went down, and the dressing and the chicken, followed by a bit of lemon zest, if I can learn to zest, on top for garnish. For dinner on day 1, we had probably my favorite meal of the reset, salmon and avocado with a cabbage and onion saute. The ingredients for this dish include 1 avocado, 6 tablespoons of lemon juice, salt, 6 tablespoons of avocado oil, 3 cups of sliced green cabbage, 1 red onion. I ended up just using some of this onion because I had gotten a massive one at the grocery store, and 2 salmon fillets. They were supposed to be 3 ounces, but I think they were more like 5 ounces each. Whoops. The first step was tossing the avocado after dicing it into 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and salt and then set it aside, which you will see later I promptly forgot about. Then I sauteed the cabbage and onion in 4 tablespoons of avocado oil and a bit of salt and didn't realize how high I had the heat and burned them. But the char was actually kind of tasty. It wasn't until we were about halfway done eating that I realized I forgot the avocado topping and added it. It was really good despite the lack of seasonings, and we'll absolutely make this dish again. Day 2, we started all over again with a green smoothie and a romaine lettuce boat for a snack. For lunch on day 2, we had another recipe I enjoyed that was fairly simple. The ingredients include chicken. I didn't cook this because this chicken was left over from the previous recipe the day before, but otherwise you would just cook it in the same way. Cilantro, olive oil, lemon juice, avocado, salt, and 3 cups of romaine lettuce chopped. First, to make the pesto, I put 4-ish cups of cilantro. I'm not really sure if that was actually 4 cups worth. It doesn't look like it, does it? Some salt, a half cup olive oil, and 4 tablespoons of lemon juice into the blender and blended. Then for the dressing, I shook together 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 4 tablespoons of olive oil, and a bit of salt together, and then tossed the avocado after dicing it with 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. To plate, I put the lettuce into the bowl, added the dressing, then the chicken, then the pesto sauce, followed by the avocado. I must have done something wrong here because there was way too much liquid. I probably would have done either the pesto or the dressing if I were to do this recipe again, not both. The chicken was tasty cold though. Now, there was a recipe for dinner on day two, but I'm going to be honest with you, we were really not hungry after the other meals of the day. Neither of us are snack people, so it was kind of hard getting in all of these dishes in a day, and we ended up skipping dinner on day two. On day three, we had a green smoothie again, and like I said earlier, it tasted slightly more tolerable. And then we followed it up with a romaine lettuce boat for our snacks. For lunch that day, I was excited because I could take out my sushi bazooka. This was actually my first time using it, but it was fun and pretty easy, all things considered. The ingredients for this chicken arugula avocado seaweed wrap with cilantro dipping sauce includes avocado oil, chicken, lemon juice, salt, avocado, nori, arugula, green olives, cilantro, and olive oil. Cooked the chicken in 2 tablespoons of avocado oil, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and a bit of salt, like I had on day one. Then, to make the sauce, it was pretty much the same as the day before, about 4 cups of cilantro. Again, I just used what I had and had run out, so it is clearly not 4 cups. Half a cup of olive oil, 4 tablespoons of lemon juice, and a bit of salt, and processed it together in the blender. Then I prepped the seaweed wrap. I put the nori into my bazooka and layered it with arugula, chicken, green olives I cut into fourths, avocado I sort of kind of diced, closed up the nori, and pushed it out. It makes for a lovely image, as you will see here. But overall, it was actually pretty easy to use. You'll see the first wrap, it kind of chewed up the seaweed, but that's okay. It was a tasty wrap. I wasn't a fan of the cilantro dipping sauce, maybe because it was mostly olive oil with a bit of cilantro, and as you could see my mistake earlier, but the wrap itself was good and pretty easy to make. For dinner on day three, I ended up improvising mostly because it was a hot day and I just didn't want to turn on the oven. And at this point, I was getting tired. So I ended up sauteing the remaining half of the green cabbage I used earlier and a red onion with 2 tablespoons of avocado oil and some salt on medium heat. Took about 15 to 20 minutes overall. Then I tossed a head of cauliflower and 2 tablespoons of avocado oil, salt, and curry powder and sauteed that as well. And that was it. As simple as this dish was, it was delicious. The curry powder was admittedly the most flavor we've had in 3 days, and it was a refreshing and tasty end to our 3 day reset. I'm not going to lie when I say that, although I normally absolutely love the color green, it was starting to get to me by the end of day three. Did you know we ended up consuming 12 avocados, so about 6 each in 3 days, which makes me think I should start growing some of those avocado pits and having a little orchard if we keep this up. Jokes aside, my husband and I do feel good. We felt really satiated throughout the 3 days. We felt a little tired, but I think that's to be expected. And overall, I think this was an improvement for our gut health and a nice way to start over after having an incredible food centric vacation. Now that these 3 days are up, it doesn't mean we're going to jump right back into quote unquote bad foods, but we will be a little more lenient and creative when it comes to the ingredients. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and would you try any of these recipes or have you? Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you again soon.